Alan Barker is totally blind. At 5 o'clock every morning, he sorts newspapers in his garage ready for a delivery round. And he's been doing this work by touch alone for the last 31 years.
Now I'm placing the expresses in my late morning bag, but I've also separated the expresses by the Daily Telegraph and the Guardians. I'm going on to a late parcel in a minute. The paper doesn't come out the same every morning. If it came the same attitude, you know, I mean, feel of it, you would know.
But is it the same sort of newsprint? Does it feel the same to you, apart from the size? Does it actually feel the same?
Some ones they feel wrong, because they're not being produced with the same quality newspaper.
So how do you tell the difference?
Well, I should say, well, those don't feel like motoring news. Yet my own common sense would tell me that there was.
Just instinct?
Yeah.
But Alan Barker does more than just sort the papers. He actually delivers them as well. At 5:30, after listening to the news on the radio, he sets out, without a stick, to carry his 20-pound bag around the nearby housing estate. And his first call is on his own next-door neighbour.
The paper's there every morning at 6:05 without fail. And it's only once in about, say 10 years that he got the paper wrong. There's only once in about 10 years.
But the pre-breakfast round is only the beginning of Alan Barker's day. 2 hours later, he sets off again. Every day, he visits 250 houses and walks about 20 miles. Much of it's on main roads. And with no one else to help him, he just has to listen for oncoming traffic and navigate himself along the curb. By late morning, 5 miles further on, Alan's bike is now a familiar daily landmark in the village of High Melton. He's been coming here since 1941. Every day, whatever the weather, for 362 days of the year. He's never taken a week's holiday, and he's only ever had 4 days' illness in his life. Everyone from miles around here knows him simply as Alan, and he's always got time for a chat.
Mr. Smith started as well.
Down there?
Yeah, very lucky, all of them. Thank you very much.
You've got a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Ta-da,
Ta-ta.
Ta-da.
Ta-ta, Alan.
Bye-bye, Louis.
It just always amazes you, the fact that he can do as much as he can when he's totally blind.
Where do you get your pleasure for you now?
Hello, Alan.
Well, I mean to say, I was just thinking to myself, what time you have for pleasure? Where would you get it on a job like this?
Well,
You've got to make it among people, haven't you? Don't you?
Do you know what it is you're speaking to?
Not now it isn't.
Eh?
No.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young. Peter Young. Yeah.
At lunchtime, Alan Barker reaches the Doncaster College of Education, and his regular call here is to the staff in the kitchens where he sells cigarettes.
Hello, and how are you?
Alright, how are you?
Well, who's going to have this faculty today?
Hello.
You're having it.
Not a bad day, is it?
Oh, no, it's
A bit
not bad.
warmer for you.
It is, yeah.
I'll tell you where you are.
Right, thank you.
Hello, Alan. Alan's here.
Oh. Have you got the cigarettes, Alan?
He's able to identify every brand by the wrapping on the packets, and he always remembers what people owe him.
No, you.
30, I mean.
I have a sense of traffic what's coming behind me by listening. And I switch across the road in that sense. But I've also taped the traffic what's coming towards me. That's the way I deal with traffic. There's no difficulty in traffic. I'm not nervous of traffic because I base it more like I was trying to explain on a radar screen. I know every grass verge and every bit of pavement, and I even know almost a grass sod. You mean by grass sod in a certain section of the road, up and down in the section of the road, a slight gradient in the road would tell me where I was. The woods all my landmarks has been covered over with fallen leaves. You wouldn't notice this, but I did. And you can get up close a little. But if I got past that entrance, I would know instantly that I had gone too far, and I would retrace my steps and wander around till I did come. I wouldn't go into a panic. I remember time in foggy weather when I've had people with me and I thought how silly they are. They're lost. It's never foggy with me, is it?
Late afternoon, and there are still a few farmhouses waiting for their morning papers. The man who brings them on this daily round has now walked in all nearly 250,000 miles around here, and he's worn out 6 bicycles. How do you do it? What makes you carry on when most other people would give up?
I don't really know, but I would not like to let the people down.
Do you think
it is a religion with me not to let a person down.
But do you think this determination of yours comes from the sort of struggle you've had which sighted people wouldn't have had?
Well, yes, I think it's a case of not being beat. I want to live a normal life, and to every sense of, I've lived a normal life. I think I have kept myself on a level with sighted people. In fact, I've never mixed with the same people as myself, which proves the point that I may have come blindness in a sense. That is for people to judge.
But have you been able to develop special qualities? I think things sharper for you in some ways.
Oh, I've developed special qualities of sensitiveness.
And you're still as fit as ever?
Well, I'm not 20 or 30 or 40. Each winter tells its tale. But I approach this winter hoping I can make to hear the cuckoo. The cuckoo in April always denotes end of a year to me, an accomplishment. I fulfilled another year. And with not seeing visual things, I listen for the cuckoo and I say, that's it, I've made another year.
Alan Barker finally gets back home at about 7:30 at night, 14.5 hours after he left. At 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, he'll be starting his day's work all over again.